Welcome back, everyone. It's the SGI podcast. We are now episode 18. Damn, 18. 2 more episodes to 20, which is insane.
Yep.
We'll keep on saying that because we've been saying that since episode 15 or
yeah.
Oh my god, to episode 15, we're getting that much closer to 20.
Because it's so surreal.
Yeah, it's so surreal that we're getting to 20 episodes. And I think the majority of them are up. The only one that is not up is going to be the one that we did before, which was episode 17. So you'll probably see that come up this week. And then maybe 18 will come out the same week. So you get 2 podcasts maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, welcome back. You got your hosts, Izzy, Jordan. And yeah, we're just here. It's been an interesting week. Very interesting trend that might be happening for the future, which is kind of like crazy. I never thought we'd be in this predicament at this point of our life.
Somebody had to do it first, but I don't think it's going to work out too well for everybody.
Yeah, honestly, it could probably, it's like a double-edged sword. It could probably hurt them, or it could just feel like nothing happened, nothing changed, nothing different happened. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but we will dive into that today, and then also, too, we end up seeing 2 different movies, so you get to hear reviews for these movies. You got to see Jackass, and then I saw Minions and Monsters. Because originally we were gonna, I think it was planned that we were gonna separately. We were gonna see Jackass, but for me, I didn't end up going to see it. So you just get to hear his review, and then you get to hear my review because I don't think he's ever gonna go see Minions and Monsters. So you get to hear my thoughts and how I felt about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like for our topics today, but yeah, welcome back. It's 4th of July weekend. I hope everyone had a good, safe 4th of July. Have fun.
Hopefully you have all your digits still.
yeah, pretty much. That's always been my fear.
That's funny. As I've gotten older, I've like more conscious of like, you know what? I'd rather keep all my fingers and my legs in one piece.
You know, I'll just have someone else do it for me. Like, you can set off the fireworks. I'll watch.
Before I was like, all hands on deck. I want to go light fireworks. Now I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, because you and our old friend used to go like half and get like a crap ton of fireworks.
Yeah, I think the most we ever spent on the 4th of July was like $800. But we split that though, so like it was like half and half.
I think it was also too was one of our friends when we spent 4th of July. I think it was 4th of July when we went to our friend Lucen's house.
Yeah, that's where we did it. Yeah.
And I guess that was the time that you had all those fireworks, and even they were like, "There's not really that much fireworks that happen around here," so you pretty much gave the whole whole block a show because I don't think anyone else was really doing fireworks around that area.
I wish I had a picture of that still. I don't know what happened to it. I think when I switched phones, I lost those pictures. Because it's funny because I went from being an Android person to like an iPhone person. So
I know you were always so against iPhone. I remember him saying, I think I got the iPhone first, and then I was like, oh yeah, I got an iPhone. He's like, oh, iPhone. I know, gross.
My first iPhone was an iPhone 10.
And then sure enough, yeah, he had an Android for the longest time, and then eventually he just caved. What got you to cave into an iPhone?
I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? I think the next iteration of Android that was coming out, I didn't like. I was like, maybe it is time to switch to an iPhone. And the only reason why I think I was okay with it, too, is because I had an iPod Classic. So I was like, okay, I want to be able to listen to my music as well as have a phone. So I was like, I guess it makes sense to just switch to an iPhone.
I think at first I was a little skeptical because I was also like Android type of person. But I think for me, the frustrating thing whenever getting a new phone, it was always hard to like transfer everything to the other phone. Sometimes things get lost because just the way they used to do it before.
Now it's easier.
Now when I got my iPhone and when I got the newer phone after that, because I started off with the 11 Pro Max, and then I think I went up to was 11 Pro. Was 11 Pro my first iPhone? Huh. I don't even remember which one I got because I have the newest one, which is a 17. I think I had the 13 or 4. I don't remember which one it was. But I remember transferring to the new iPhone. And it was super easy. They're like, you just log into your iPhone account, your Apple account, and then everything's in your cloud, and it literally transfers anything. Because I remember before, you had to do a bunch of backup. You had to. There was a lot of things you had to do with like the Androids. Annoying. So then when I got to doing that, I was just like, oh, I like this. It makes it so much easier, and I have everything. It's like pretty much. It's like kind of like just copying and pasting your phone to the next one. and that's what I liked about it. I just kind of stuck with the iPhone because I just like how everything.
I think the only thing that's rough. I think the only thing that's rough is when you switch phones. Is that like everything moves over, but you still have to remember your passwords to log in for the very first time.
Oh yeah,
for everything.
I was just like, I don't remember my password.
Yeah, I was like, shit, dude. I've only had 3 different iPhones in like iterations. So like the first iPhone I got was a 10 when it was brand new, hot and fresh, and then I held on to it for I think 3 years, and then I switched to the 12 Pro Max.
Okay.
And then I held out on that one, and then I have. What's the latest iPhone we're on now?
iPhone 17, I think.
Yeah, so I have the same one as you, the 12 Pro Max.
I think the iPhone 18 is already coming out this year.
Yeah, so
they have a new. It's just like Call of Duty comes out every single year.
Yeah, so I went from a 12 Pro Max to a 17 Pro Max. So that's a 5 to 6 year wait, and this, other than looks, like, and the battery life, like, it's the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
That's why I was just kind of like, the only reason why I would switch to the next one is if the thing is holographic.
I know.
Or it folds or something.
There's something where my phone's just super slow. That's the only thing. Usually when it's like, it comes down to like when you switch to an iPhone, is that if it gets slower, because I feel like they don't really do too many different.
They do it on purpose,
things.
They
slow the newer phone. They probably add a couple of features here and there, but like most of the features that they do add, I'm like, I don't really care for.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy though? Even though I had a 12 Pro Max, they still gave me like $900 for it.
That is a good thing, though. They do give you your value back. They give you a decent value for your phones to get the newer phone because they want you to get the newer phone.
No cracks, no scratches,
And so here we are with iPhone. I think the one thing I don't like about iPhone is the cloud system, because in order to like upload our like podcasts onto my computer, they have to be fully downloaded into the cloud first before I can move them over. Because I think they were saying that. Because it's on your phone, of course you can view it and everything, but it's just a temporary file. It's not. It doesn't become like a full-fledged file until it gets into the cloud. So it's always so dumb, because I always thought that was dumb, because I was like trying to get a podcast out. I forgot which one it was, and I was like, I couldn't find the video, and I think it said, syncing excess amount of items, and I was like, okay, that shouldn't take too long. No, I don't know. For some reason, the syncing system just sucks sometimes. I think I had to wait like a couple days for it to fully sync everything, because apparently it takes forever to sync to the cloud.
That is a bit annoying.
Yeah, so that's one thing I don't like. But other than that, I think I'm just sticking with the phone, because of the iPhone. So
it's just easier.
Yeah, but I hope everyone else out there had a good 4th of July. Let us know down in the comments what everyone did for 4th of July, or just stayed home, because I know a lot of people are just like, I don't really want to, because people get crazy. And people just rather just stay home.
Oh, yeah.
Because like there's like teenagers. Like I think it was yesterday. Late at night, I think there's like a bunch of teenagers like just shooting off these fireworks, and I'm just looking at them, I was like, how the hell do you get those fireworks? Like, like what the heck?
Oh my god!
Like, where'd you get those on? Apparently, they do have someone. I think their dad knows someone that literally just gives them a bunch of fireworks. And I was like, damn,
that'll work.
But yeah, they were just being kind of like super irresponsible with the way they were doing the fireworks, like in the middle, and the cars were trying to pass by, and they were letting them pass by because they were just like, we gotta shoot our firework. So it gets a little frustrating. So it's definitely cool to see fireworks, but then there's always those people that just ruin it, and it's just like, I think I'd rather just stay away from people.
Yeah,
which is kind of nice, because I think during that day, because it was a little too much for the fireworks, because of those kids right there, we ended up taking a cruise to towards like Malibu area.
Nice.
And there's no fireworks over there. It's so quiet over there. It felt so peaceful. It felt so nice. I've only been there once, but it was like a while back ago. But I didn't drive there. It was like we were just passing through, because I think we're going to Sacramento.
I knew this year for fireworks was going to be hectic because of the 250th anniversary.
Yeah.
So I already was prepared. Unfortunately for my neighborhood, every year for 4th of July is like a war zone. So I knew this year was going to be insane because it's 250th anniversary. And I think the fireworks were going off till like 2 in the morning.
Jeez.
2 in the morning. And this year I didn't buy fireworks. This year I just sat outside with my grandma.
I was like, let me watch other people do fireworks.
Yeah, no, dude. I literally, like, the block on the other side of us, behind us, and then down the street and to the right, everybody was doing fireworks. So it was just like free show.
It was kind of cool though, because we were going up towards the Malibu and like driving up there. So yeah, peaceful, very quiet. Seeing like the richer side, just like, so this is how these people live. It's so crazy, like seeing the way that the houses are designed there. Just everything just feels so. It's like you're in a different world pretty much when you're up there. And we were heading to this place. I think it's called Point Doom or something like that. And I've never been up there. And yeah, my girlfriend's never been up there, so it was our first time going up there. She just knew of it, and we went. It was kind of weird. You know what kind of reminded me of as we were going up? It kind of reminded me of like going through like Turbo Canyon.
Oh yeah.
I hate driving through that. I've only driven through that once, but that was because of Devo. Because Devo was like, "Let's go." And I've never been up there. And I was just like, I just hear the stories. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with just avoiding that area. But it's like, no, come on, let's go. And we ended up getting lost further in. I was like, man, we come here, sketchy area, it's quiet, things have happened here, and our buddy Devo over here got us lost, and there's no internet connection there, so I can't GPS our way out, so he kind of just has to pick a side, and hopefully we end up exiting out.
Well, the good thing about Turbo Canyon is just one lane up and down.
So yeah, but then there's this one point you get, I think, as you're trying to leave, there's two ways. It's either left
it's residential,
or right. Yeah. So, so we went up there. It was really cool. You literally got to see the whole like coast and everything. And then because there's like barely any lights out there, you were able to see the stars like pretty much like almost like crystal clear. And it was really cool because I don't really get to enjoy like being down here and seeing stars. Like you see a couple here and there, but because of how bright it is down here,
smog.
Yeah, and smog, you don't really get to see the stars. So we got to see all that, and it was really cool. We got some like cool photos and everything, and we were enjoying it. But it was funny because, of course, because we're in the hills or whatever, there's like animals or whatever, and I think we heard something like scurrying in like the grass area that was in front of us because like a railing grass area, and then we kind of stepped away, and we're like, okay, let's just step away from there, continue enjoying the view, watch stars, and then sure enough, I think where like one of the houses are, there was like another rustling, and like it was like the creepiest sound ever. It sounded like a like type of thing. And I was like, what the hell is that? And me and her were both just like, yeah, I think it's time to go. Like, I'm good. This is how them horror movies start.
I've seen this movie before. Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. Like, could have been a coyote, but it was like that animal did not sound like an animal. It sounded like kind of almost human-like in a way. So yeah, we were just like, let's just get out of here. We're good. We enjoyed the view. Let's go.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
But it was definitely it was cool, and it was super quiet over there. And then as soon as you get closer back to like LA area, it's rumbling pretty much.
It was nuts down here.
Like it literally sounds like it's just a continuous rumbling. Like we couldn't see the fireworks, but there was like continuous rumbling. I was just like, damn.
And it's so funny. It's so funny because you see all those signs out there that says like, oh, if we catch you with fireworks, it's $1,000 fine. It's $3,000 fine, $6,000 fine. Like I'm like, okay, that's all cool, but like, who's issuing those fines?
Yeah, exactly.
Because this entire neighborhood and all these other neighborhoods, like locally, like they're all doing them. So,
like, well, you're gonna go to every single house.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't have the manpower to do it. So it's like, why even bother?
And that's why probably people get out of hand with them because they know like, we're not supposed to have fireworks, but there's not enough manpower. We can kind of just get away with it, type of thing.
I wouldn't even say anything. I would just be like, let it happen, and then if we'll just go and bust you. You know what I mean? If they want to catch people, they should just off guard be like, oh, there's a fine for that, right?
But it was super packed on that beach because we went Pacific Coast Highway, and like as we're going down Pacific Coast Highway, there was just cars parked on the side. To get to like the beach. I was like, and we went for like at least maybe like 15-20 minutes down PCH, and there were still cars. It was like cars parked this far back to go to the beach.
Dude, some of those people have been there for at least a day or two in advance.
That's insane.
Just to get a parking spot.
But yeah, it was kind of it was trippy. It was cool. It was a fun little adventure, and also too they had I guess like a art piece that they had.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably put it on because I have a photo, so I'll probably put the photo. So as I say it, it'll pop up on the screen. The photo, and like it was like an art installation that they had, and I guess it's someone's house, and it's like these super high beams that can like go across like the ocean floor or whatever, and it was really cool, but it was trippy because it's like super dark over there because like there's not as many lights because everyone's already in bed or whatever, or not at home, and it's just like a super bright light that's going across the ocean floor. It was kind of cool, but it was like it felt like it felt trippy. I was like, damn, imagine if I was like if I was high, I'd be like, whoa, what is that? Oh, dragon.
They're like, they're here.
They're here to take me back. But it was still pretty cool because apparently they're only having that art installation for I think till tomorrow or today. I think today was the last day that they're having it. But it was kind of cool because we didn't know that was there, so we actually got to see it. Because if we would have tried going up there, let's say next week, I don't think it's not going to be up there anymore. So it was like kind of cool because we weren't expecting to see something like that. So overall, still pretty fun. But yeah, people get crazy. But how was your 4th of July? Did you just relax, chill?
Yeah, this year I just chilled, hung out with my grandma. Instead of making food this year, we just decided to go to Chili's, get a 3 for me,
nice.
Bring it back home. Dude,
can't go wrong with the 3 for me at Chili's.
Oh, 3 for 10, like you can't beat that. And you get chips and salsa, like dude, like what more could you ask for?
Yeah. Hello, welcome to Chili's.
Yeah. And then so yeah, we just did that and came back, and then we set up our chairs out there, maybe like around like 7:30, because like I don't know, like it's been getting like later and like not as dark. Like the sun didn't really set till like 9 o'clock.
So like around there.
So like,
and then the fireworks started going off because we were at the beach and we were waiting for the fireworks. It was already like almost 8 o'clock, and it was still like
still sun out.
Somewhat, the sun was slowly going down, but it still wasn't dark enough to be able to have like the fireworks and everything. But then we ended up, I think, where we were at the beach, which is Santa Monica Beach. I guess they were not having a fireworks show, and it was just the surrounding area.
It was also super windy too. Like I mean, like people around here don't care, but I mean, like people that were going to events and stuff, I know like it was delayed because of how windy it was.
Okay, that's kind of cool. It was kind of cool because we were going to Santa Monica. You know how you have to like pay for most of the parking, but she works at one of the offices there. And they keep the parking structure open the whole time, like their special parking structure. Yeah. So whenever she goes to Santa Monica, she can just use her ID and park there for free and just leave. Nice. And apparently, like there were some other people like that were like her coworkers that also had the same idea. And it's just like, yeah, instead of paying for parking, she's like, I just park here, and it's literally right there next to right next to the beach or next to the promenade where like all the shops are and everything. And then when I moved to the other office, which is just a couple down the street, it's literally right on the beach, like right there. So it's the office, across the street, and you get the whole view of the whole beach. It's not bad. She's like, that's like the perfect, like on a break, you're on a lunch or whatever, and just take a nice little stroll on the beach, and then come back and not have to worry about it.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah, breath of fresh air, not having to worry about like going too far. So it's definitely cool.
Other than that, I mean, I think like we were out there for maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it was still kind of going nuts. And then just came back inside and then chilled.
Okay.
That's pretty simple 4th of July for me this year. I didn't want to do much just because I knew, because like I said, the 250th anniversary, I knew everywhere was going to be packed, and I knew it was going to be crazy out there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to remove myself from the problem. I'm going to stay home to chill this year.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much our week. Exciting. And then... yeah, and then as like always, we like to do our quick rapid fire questions. We both have one, so which question you want to go first?
We'll go with yours.
Okay, mine will go this is an interesting one because I was like thinking about it, and I was like, if there was only one game that you were able to play for the rest of your life, what do you think that would be? And I was like, there's so many. That was like hard, but that was like, it's a nice thinker to think about like, which game would you just be okay with playing for the rest of your life? I think honestly for me, I think a little bit more easier, not easier, but I think I would just probably, because everything kind of gets collabed into it, I would probably just say Fortnite. I wouldn't mind just playing Fortnite for the rest of my time, because they get all the characters and collabs and everything, and they're always changing up the gameplays and updates and everything. It's ongoing. So I feel like that would be like the more easier one for me to be able to just be like, I'll just play this. Of course, I wouldn't do it. There's other games to play, so I wouldn't do that right now. But if that was the only game I had to play, I would probably just pick Fortnite. I feel like that's a pretty easier one for me.
Ah, man, I don't know. That's such a hard one.
Like I enjoy all the games that we play, like Halo, Gears of War, Destiny, and all that stuff. But like, I don't think I necessarily have like the attention span to like
play
play
it
those for like
forever. Yeah.
3-4 years.
Um, if I had to pick a game that I could only play for the rest of my life, I would definitely want it to be something that like is fun, that I could have other people play with me too. I would probably pick any like some sort of Mario Party game. I think.
Oh, okay. Really?
Mhm.
I enjoy Mario Party, but again, another game I don't think I'd be able to play for like ever. But I guess if I always have a group of friends to hang out with, then yeah, I guess. Or Super Smash Brothers.
That's another one I wouldn't mind picking. Or Mario Kart. Any type of.
You know what? Any of the Mario games.
Yeah.
Any of the Mario games. You know what? Honestly, I'd be okay with that. Just playing any Mario game
because
for the rest of my life.
Playing a single player game for the rest of your life is not the deal. Like I can't do that. It'd have to be a game that I could share amongst people and be like, this is the only game I have, so we're playing it. So that's one thing Nintendo gets right is multiplayer fun games like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We just need a bigger friend circle.
Yeah, true. And it just needs to be
like the old days.
Right.
Playing Smash Brothers for hours on end, just playing against each other, just like Mortal Kombat or like any of the fighting games.
Bringing our amiibos over.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's so fun. That was training up our amiibos and letting them battle each other.
That was pretty fun. So we were just watching them. We didn't do that, but I was like, we should have started placing bets. I think my Samus gonna kick your.
I think that was peak Nintendo is when we had that. Because
those were definitely kind of fun.
I have so many of them sealed in boxes in my garage.
Yeah, I still have the one sealed. Is the one that's like the 3-pack and it has.
Oh, from GameStop.
From GameStop, I think it's Mr. Game
and Watch.
The Duck Hunt.
It's Rob and then Duck Hunt. Yeah, those are the three.
Yeah, Duck Hunt, Rob, Rob, and then Mr. Game Watch. Was it really Mr. Game Watch?
Yeah, because there's all the NES classics. I think.
Huh. I remember like the most one that everyone wanted back in the day was the Little Mac. I feel like that was the amiibo that everyone wanted.
I do have one of those too.
I do have one, but it's like the reprinted one. It's not like the first wave because they had like different waves and each one was a different edition.
I remember everybody.
So like the first one, of course, that came out in the first wave is more valuable than the one that I have.
There was a rare one that dropped that was like a Samus and she had double cannons.
And that was like what do you call those?
Misprint.
Yeah, misprint, and it's a 1 out of 1 pretty much.
I was like, holy shit!
Dang.
That's worth so much money.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it actually looks pretty cool. Like it didn't look weird because usually with like misprints you can kind of tell like this looks kind of weird. Yeah. But with that one, it actually looked pretty cool. Two cannons.
They should have made that a canon version. Like let's just release the double cannon.
If anyone had the biggest collection of amiibos, was like our old friend Robert. He was the one that had like the biggest amiibo collection.
I think so, yeah. Well, I remember
he bought every single one.
I remember when we used to go to like Best Buy hunting for those things.
Oh yeah.
We would wait for the drops at GameStop. We would go to Best Buy for the drops. Because I remember only certain places had certain exclusives.
Yeah, people got a hand for those too. I remember I was working at GameStop when the amiibos came out. People were trying to, because we're only doing like one person, like person purchase or whatever. And I think a situation I had, I was of course working, and this guy came in. He ordered, I think it was the 3-pack. I think it was the 3-pack, and he got it. And I was like, yeah, here you go. It's only one per person. And he's like, oh, I can't get another one. It's like, no, it's only one per person. Sorry. And it's like we still have a whole other line that wanted as well. And I was like, And he literally stepped right outside, found some random kid that was, I guess, walking along the area right there because there's like a couple shops around there, and I literally saw him like hey, like he didn't know this kid at all, and gave him money. And the kid came inside my store. He's like, "Can I get the 3-pack or whatever?" I was like, and I told my boss about it too. And he's like, "Unfortunately, we kind of have to like." It's like, but I just saw him give the money to that kid to like have him come in. He doesn't even know him. Yeah, I'm about to call the cops. And yeah, he ended up buying it, and then as soon as he went out, he gave it to the kid. The kid was like, ha ha, looking at us like, ha, look at me, ha ha. You. And I was like, oh man, I wish I could have just said no, but unfortunately, I don't have that power. If I was the manager, I'd probably be like, don't give it to them. I saw you.
Yeah, you ain't slick.
I'm trying to. Everyone came here waiting in line super early in the morning. Like you shouldn't be able to get a second one when literally everyone else
Mhm.
also waited the same amount of time, and everyone else is not trying to go out of their way to get like multiples. They're just trying to get the one.
Scalpers.
Yeah, stupid scalpers. I think GameStop is literally what ruined scalper like that. Those types of people for me. And I was just like, I don't like you people at all. These scalpers.
Yeah, well, a lot of stores aren't like carrying certain things anymore because of scalpers.
Yeah.
Or I like what they're doing now, where they're actually like cutting the packs or whatever, so they can.
Oh, I do like some of those vendors. Some of the vendors have been doing that, where you can buy a booster box or whatever, but you have to open it right there and then, and it's normal priced. It's not like super price hike, and they're like, you could get this for super cheap, but you have to open it right there. And I was like, I kind of like that, like. So then some people get mad at them, but it says right there on the sign, like, hey, you have to open it here. And they're like, oh, I don't want to open it. And it's like, well, you read the sign, you came to us still. What else can I tell you? You came to us, so you have to follow the rules. And they'll get super pissed and they'll have to open it themselves. And I'm just like, oh, I love seeing that.
It's a nice thing, yeah.
It's a nice feel to see.
It's a big deterrent nowadays.
But yeah, oh man. But yeah, on to our next rapid fire question, which leads into like our whole conversation for of our conversation of today.
The biggest topic of the day.
Yeah.
Are you a digital or physical media guy when it comes to movies or games?
Honestly, I don't think I think in like the movie scenario, I think I'm more like a digital person. Like I don't remember the last time I bought. I bought a DVD, unless it's like a really cool collector's edition, or it's like I guess it works for both mediums, games and movies. I think I kind of mostly buy digital, and the only time I buy physical is if it's like a movie or a game that I really like, or like a really game that I really want to play. So like the last game I bought was Death Stranding 2 because I really was excited for that game. I wanted to play it, so then I bought the physical copy for it. But there's other games, like I have other games, but like I'll just buy the digitals because I'm like, I like it, but I don't like it that much where I'm like, I need a physical version of it.
True.
So yeah, I think it's like I think the best way to put it is like it's a case by case for me with digitals for either movies or games.
Okay.
I feel like I already know your answer.
I mean, it depends. So I would say mostly I'm a physicals copies guy, but I do own like a few like digital movies, and like more so I would say like the past maybe like a couple games I've bought that were like I've been digital. But like if the game's really good and it warrants a physical copy, I'll buy it. Like I bought, for the God of Wars, I bought the physicals. For Dead Space physicals, for Silent Hill 2, I physical. You know what I mean? Like Silent Hill F, I bought digital because I was kind of like on the fence about it. But this next Silent Hill, I'll for sure get a physical.
Ooh, Townfall.
Yeah, so it depends. If it's worthy enough to me to get a physical, and I'm just like I want to cherish it, then sure.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of like I want it just so I could watch it. That's it. Same thing with the games. Like if it's really a good game, I want a physical copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's like a franchise with you, like if like that you really likes. Like with me, I feel like if any Kingdom Hearts games come out, I would always buy like a physical version of it. I think for you would probably be like any Gears game that comes out and you want a physical version of it.
Well, I mean, for EDA, I got it for Steam, so this is the first digital Gears that I've ever bought. Most of my Gears I bought have all been physical.
Crazy! I'm excited though. Halo, I know off a tangent, but Halo the remaster comes out, I think in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'm kind of excited to relive that campaign and with the new missions that they added.
4-player co-op, dude, it's sick.
I really hope it gets its money.
I think it will,
because it looks like just from that. Because I know they kind of remade it with the Master Chief Collection, but this just looks a lot. I don't know.
It's a whole new engine though. So
I know it just looks a lot more cleaner.
Like a revamp. Yeah, I think because it's coming out on PlayStation as well, it's gonna sell really well.
And I think also too, I like the fact that I get to finally play Halo in third person. That's crazy. I never thought I'd be able to play a Halo game in third person, even though you kind of get the third person, but it's usually when you just pick the big old miniguns. That's not the same. Yeah. But getting a full campaign experience in third person, I think that's going to be really cool. I think that's like the bigger selling point for me to why I would want to get it.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%.
But yeah.
And then we could jump right into the main
topic. Pretty much leads into our main topic for today, which I think everyone's talking about. It has become the meme. And I'm glad that it's getting the heat that it's getting, because So scummy.
I really hope that they bully Sony into like.
Oh yeah, I hope they. I feel like they deserve it. Honestly, with how crazy they're getting with everything, and we already said it, but I was like, it's Sony, and how in 2028 they have decided to not do any more physical copies of games ever again. It was just like when I saw that, I was like, are you for real?
Yeah.
Like that's so crazy to me. They really, again, like it comes back to the thought. It's like you will own nothing and be okay with it.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Wow. I was just like I was blown away. I didn't even know what to say right there and then. I was just like, oh, okay.
Honestly, it's a hostile takeover, like of just like a company wanting to basically give you nothing and at any time revoke it.
Yep.
Which has always been my thing for like, hey, like for games wanting to be physical for me, like, you know, if the internet ever just disappears, which I'm not saying it will, but like, hey, let's just say shit hits the fan and the internet's gone for a period of time, like, unless you have the physicals, like you ain't watching anything. You know, I mean, and I know like it's insane ever since they announced that the amount of like demand for physical things now, and even like Blu-ray players has skyrocketed because of it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, ooh.
And I was kind of like, well,
I'm kind of glad that I got my PlayStation.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say
as a disc version because it's a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always appreciated about PlayStation. It's always been a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's an entertainment system first, then a gaming console.
They are called Sony Interactive Entertainment or something like that.
Yeah,
like Sony Entertainment.
So for me, like I remember when we used to have Blu-ray players in the house, but ever since PlayStation, I think since PS3, because I think PS3 was the first console that actually had like a Blu-ray player in it. And then from there on, it was like we never really needed the.
Was it PS3 that introduced the Blu-ray?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it wasn't introduced till 4.
Because it was the first one that introduced an HDMI cable too.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
So, and because it was HDMI, you had the Blu-ray player.
I remember like Blu-ray when it first came out. I was just like, "What is this Blu-ray?"
Because I don't think the 360 was able to play Blu-rays. It was just regular discs.
No, regular DVDs.
Yeah, which was still cool.
Yeah.
I think that's like
it was always cool that my console was able to watch movies on it.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have a DVD player, as long as I had the console, I was able to watch my movies.
Yeah, I mean now too, even if you don't have a smart TV, like if you're PlayStation or Xbox, like you have all your apps there.
Yeah.
It's become a universal standard to have at least one of those in your house. Whether if you don't have a smart TV or not, it kind of saves you the money of having to buy a smart TV and a console when you could just have a standard TV and then a console.
I think I might be stretching it, or I don't know. On point with this, or might just be making it up, or whatever. But honestly, I was talking to my dad briefly about this, like change that Sony wants to do, and I was like, honestly, I don't know how right I am, but I feel like GTA 6 had a ploy to play into Sony making a decision to be like, no more physical copies.
Yeah.
Because again, when GTA or pre-orders went live, literally news came out and that they were only doing digital, and then if you got the physical box you would just get a code in it, so they weren't doing any physical. And there's just been speculation and I don't think they've confirmed anything like saying that they're going to do a physical. So honestly, I feel like with how much money Rockstar made knowing that they're selling it to you just digital format, Sony was like, Rockstar was able to get away with it.
Yeah, but it's Rockstar.
You know what, let's write off of that, and you know what? Let's make the decision 2028, no more physical copies, because look at how much money GTA just made off of just getting a digital key for the game.
I mean, the whole point of pre-ordering a game is to get it physical because you don't know how many copies there are out there. Yeah. Things being digital now, like what's the point of pre-ordering it? And I know like every game release has their own, like if you pre-order it, you'll get this.
Yeah.
A couple skins and a thing. Like it's not enticing enough for me to do it anymore. Versus like, hey, like if you pre-ordered the physical game like we used to, copies ran out. Yeah. And if you didn't get it then and there, you would have to wait to the next shipment.
Yeah, but since it's just digital, it can't sell out.
No, I know, and I think that's why Rockstar was like, well, we can never run out of copies. Therefore, we don't have to cut into the profit margin of having to make more physical CDs or cases.
But here's the thing: the funny thing that I say with that is that because they're like oh, we don't want to spend money on manufacturing the physical copies and all that stuff, so we want to make it digital. But yet they're still manufacturing the boxes to come with just a digital code. So in a way, they're still spending pointless amounts of money to make these boxes when they're like, well, we want to save money. And it's like, well, no, not really, because you're still making a physical box, so that's still going to cost you money to make.
But that little plastic box doesn't cost them next to nothing versus the physical CD. I mean, those boxes are at their disposal.
It's just funny.
I think it's stupid too.
Even if it's not them wasting too much money making those physical boxes. I think it's still a waste of money nonetheless.
Yeah, I think
even if it's a small amount.
I think that's the point, though, is that they're willing to sell you a physical box, but you're just going to get a code. And I think telling people that is kind of like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to buy the code then. I'm just digitally download it. Why would I? Why would you know what I mean? Like, it's almost forcing you to do so.
Yeah, but honestly, I think with how successful Rockstar was with their pre-orders, I think that's what made Sony to make that decision to be like, yeah, just go full digital.
And they've had their PR needs to like do something because they are kind of shit in the bed.
Oh yeah,
they are not responding to anybody's comments.
All the company, like random companies like KFC, all these different franchises are like making memes. I don't even remember some of them. Do you remember some of the memes?
Yeah, I'd be like Domino's was like, we're still giving physical pizzas instead of digital.
Oh no, yeah, no. I think they said that pretty much starting as of April 1st or something like that, they're going to start being able to digitize your pizza. So and it's just like, it was something that I remember it, but I was just like, damn, I love it.
All the companies are coming out of the woodwork capitalizing on the bad PR. And
we're going to make a chicken place, but we're not going to give you any chicken.
Yeah, I just think that Sony's screw up in PR is making all these other companies look really good.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, like, that's funny. Another company capping another company. Like, I'm going to give them my business because that made me laugh. Like,
yeah. I know, right?
That made me laugh. I'm like, they know what's up.
I want to go eat at KFC.
I want to know who started it first. Like, which company was like, we got to capitalize on that right now.
Yeah, but like, honestly, hearing all like the jokes and people like going after them, it's like, nah, they deserve it all. Honestly,
100%.
With this scummy ass move.
I can't believe that they're going to remove 500 videos from their archives.
And then also, I heard about that recently happened, that the 500 video movies literally just got taken off of their library, and they didn't give anyone any refunds for their movies. So
or notice.
Yeah, or notice that was happening. They were just like, one day they went into their library, and they realized some of the movies that they purchased, gone.
And that's scary.
Yeah.
If a company could just go into your library and take something without you noticing or even saying anything, like, how would you know? Unless you go look for it.
Yeah. But
hey, like, what the hell? Like, where did this movie go? I think that's scary. That's a scary thing. And I think everybody needs to wake up and understand that, like, if they can do that.
But here's my other take that I feel like, I can't say it's likely, but this is another take I was thinking, is that I feel like they're trying to do this thing saying that they're not going to do any physical copies. Because honestly, of course digital is making like their most money because they were saying like profit margins, that's where most of the consumers are spending their money on. But honestly, I feel like, and again, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like honestly they're just messing around, because then the fact is they're only making money on digitals, and then they say, oh, we're taking away the physical copies. And then now everyone's instance in head, because that's literally what I thought when I saw it. I was like, I need to get every single game from this point on as a physical copy. So I'm like thinking, is this just a ploy so they could make more business as a company, because now everyone's going to go to their local game stores or whatever to buy physical copies of these games, and that's just going to raise how much money that they make as a company, both digital, now physical, because everyone's like scared, like, oh, what? There's going to be no more physical. I need to go pick up every single game.
But it's across the board too. It's not just like modern games and movies now. It's like older stuff now. Like there's going to be it already is a resurgence in people wanting like physical stuff from like old school stuff, like, you know, from older consoles to like older games. I mean, just like, if that's what they're doing, and it's just kind of reigniting the whole physical stuff, like for all.
That's crazy. That would be crazy.
That's a crazy marketing scheme that they're pulling off. If that's what they're really doing.
I don't think, again, that's just my thought, but it could possibly be that's the thing, or they really are going to be like that. But I feel like once 2028 comes, they'll be like, actually, we've realized the jump in sales for physicals. We have decided we're going to retract that, and we're going to still make physical copies of games. And I'm just going to be like, wow, that is so, that's wild.
I think they're going to have to do something, because if they don't change their mind, they're going to lose a lot of people.
Honestly, and that's the thing, too. It's if they are doing that, and there's like, oh, we're trying to mess with people, But then with these news, I feel like a lot of developers that are going to be making their games in the future are probably going to be like, well, let's not publish through Sony anymore because we still want to do physical copies of our game. And I feel like that's going to make a lot of developers pull out of Sony. And I feel like, again, we were just talking about this earlier, it's like perfect time for Xbox to be like, hey, we know you're pulling away from Sony because we know you still want to make physical copies. You know what? Come over here and we'll still get your physical copies out.
Right now, Xbox is starving for like good games. Yeah. And like they need some help.
That would be a crazy move. Like, damn.
Don't be surprised if everybody makes the shift from PlayStation to Xbox.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Xbox is around the corner of saying, you know what, we're not going to do any physical copies either. But I feel like at the same time,
I don't know. Like if their PR sees what's happened to that PR for people, they could probably be like, "See, this is a stupid idea."
People already don't like Xbox is already failing as in general. So like, imagine trying to make that move shortly after Sony. That's just going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them even more than it's going to hurt Sony.
Oh, dude, 100%.
But that would be a dope move. It'd be like a lot of these developers pulling out, and then Microsoft's like, "Yeah, just come to us. Yeah, we'll publish your games." And then they just take all the big companies from Sony, and no one publishes through Sony. Oh, that would be so great to see.
That would be like the greatest upset because everybody is a PlayStation. I would say like 70% of gaming is mostly like PlayStation heads, and the other is Xbox. I don't really know any of my friends now who play Xbox. The only person I do know for a fact that is Rudy. But everybody else I know, like you and me and a few other people I play with here and there, it's all PlayStation heads. So I don't know. Xbox lost. Xbox lost a long time ago, and they admitted that they lost the console war. But I think if they want to come back into it and win it, all they got to do is just.
I'm gonna be like right now. Be like, Xbox, if you come across this podcast somehow, honestly, if you start seeing these developers trying to pull out of Sony, and you pick up these developers to just make them so that they can do their physical copies, I feel like that's gonna help you and make you guys look a lot better.
Be smart
against Sony.
This would be a good time.
I would love to see Sony just fall apart.
Oh yeah, this would be
This
would be a good time for Xbox to recruit a lot of indie games and make them turn them into a AAA title. Like give them a platform to build off of. Start them with something simple. Next game better. Third game.
Yeah.
Like this would be a good time for Xbox to start recruiting like that. And you already know all these developers are reading what Sony is doing. They're like, dude, they are shooting themselves in the foot.
It kind of gives me that reminder of like with the MCU and like DC, because like MCU's always been ahead of DC, but now MCU's been slowly falling apart, and I feel like DC has kind of shined a little bit. Again, they've only had 2 movies. Superman was great. Supergirl, it was okay. I wouldn't say it's the worst movie I've seen.
No,
but it definitely didn't hit that point, but it's still like DC. So it's like the perfect time for DC to come out on top because MCU has been kind of failing to meet people's expectations. But again, like we were saying, the danger of because Supergirl wasn't doing so well, it's just like they could end up hurting themselves possibly
if they
with their next 2 projects. But their both next 2 projects are super exciting, and I'm excited to see. But hopefully,
if they don't learn from this mistake, then there is no hope for them.
And then MCU is just going to take over again. I feel because especially I feel like with Doomsday, I feel like, and then with the reboot of the MCU, I feel like DC has no chance in catching up.
Yeah, if they make the
reboot exciting enough, and of course Doomsday good. Like I feel like I'm still on the fence of it. I'm like I'm still going to go see it because I still want it. Of course, it's going to be exciting. But at the same time, I'm still like,
yeah.
I'm not like, Doomsday is going to save the MCU. Because I feel like I've seen people say, like, Doomsday, MCU's back. And I was like,
It's funny that they're doing this because they're pretty much erasing the last, 6 years of MCU movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they know it's shit.
They're just like, we're going to give you an end game. And we're going to give you 15 minutes of footage that ties in directly to Doomsday. Then literally all those projects that came out after that, pointless.
Yeah. Thanks for wasting our time.
I know. Thanks for wasting everyone's
time. It's funny.
I
haven't seen any in the past 6 years. I have not watched a single Marvel movie unless it was Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I'm still I'm still like in the middle part with Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm excited for it because it's Tom Holland hasn't let me down yet within the movies.
But it's Sony.
But at the same time, it's the MCU, and it just hasn't been hitting me the same as it used to. Where I'm still like,
It's so funny, the studios for Sony are trying to promote Spider-Man, and everybody in the comic section is like, dude, like pretty much hating on them because of the whole like bring back the physical disc. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? So it's like they can't get a break with anything right now, and I'm like, this is exactly it. Bully Maguire over here, just everybody bullying Sony.
Bully Sony.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's scary that
As they get more bullied, honestly, they people say it doesn't work, but I feel like honestly, with enough bad press and enough bullying, honestly, they'll end up changing their minds.
We've seen it with games. They get bad reviews, and all of a sudden they change their mind and fix whatever was wrong with it. We've seen it with movies like Sonic the Hedgehog, where they trash talk the original design, like stupid, and then they got so much better, and then they changed the design, and it looks so much better. And then they made a ton of money because they changed it. So like, oh no, the bullying's gonna work because I think everybody needs to understand the masses of people control whether a company makes money or not.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And as easy as we can flick it on and make them millions, we can turn it off and they can lose everything.
Yeah.
All it takes is one boycott.
Yeah. and one big thing where everyone comes together and is just like, hey, we're not supporting it anymore, or we're not gonna try buying anything. Yep. That stuff. And honestly, people say we don't have the power, but honestly we have the power. We have to be able to stand our ground and be able to like be able to be like easily to be like, hey, they've done some trashy things. I'm just gonna step away from this because I'm good. I'm good right now.
And it's funny because it's not just one group of people that's pissed. It's like people who enjoy movies and buy movies are on that wagon, along with people who are gamers too, because this affects both of us.
Yeah.
So I think like the two groups of people understand like, hey, like this is something we gotta fix together.
Yep.
And I think they've made a stupid move on their part.
If anything, I feel like I didn't realize this, but I feel like if anything for movies right now, I feel like it's a lot more worth it to get the physical copies because. From what I saw, like just perfect example, because Obsession's coming out on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And it pretty much comes with. Actually, you want to get the collector's edition, which is the 4K. It comes with a Blu-ray, or Ultra HD, a 4K version, and it comes with a digital code for like $32. So pretty much. It's like I think a lot of movies do that. It's like honestly, just start buying the physicals because you're gonna get a digital copy anyways, and you still have the availability to the physical version. So so you're pretty much getting two for a little bit more expensive because I think the digital one is like $25. Just pay an extra $7, and you literally get a physical and a digital code.
Yep.
And honestly, I feel like if there's movies that I like enough, I feel like I'm gonna start trying to do like those bundles that come with the digital code. So I could have a physical and digital code.
It's been a while since I've bought a physical DVD for anything, just because most of the stuff now, when it comes out in theaters, it ends up on a streaming service.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't.
But then we get too comfortable on that, and again, it's a streaming service. They can literally take off those movies anytime.
And I understand that, but I'm also not paying for those specifically. Like, I mean, I know we're paying month to month, but it's like
you're not getting. Yeah. Okay.
So like,
probably see what you're going at.
I mean, I know like movies cycle out on there, so like when it says like, oh, leaving soon, it's like okay, I'll watch it and then. Forget about it because eventually it's gonna circle around.
Circle back in.
So it's like I don't mind that, but like there hasn't really been a movie that's come out in a while where I'm just like I need to get the physical DVD for that. I think I can't remember the last time I bought a DVD because most of the movies that have come out I haven't really been like I need to get a physical copy of that. I've just kind of been like whatever.
I think if anything, I feel like a subscription. I feel like I can't be as mad about it when they take off stuff on there. Because again, you're just paying for the platform itself. You're not paying for these individual movies. Yeah. I feel like where the digital comes in is if it's just one specific movie you want to watch, and then it's like just buy a physical copy. Because again, if you're just buying that one by itself and it's a digital, again, that one could just disappear.
Yeah.
And I feel like that one's a little bit more bothersome because it's like it's a game. It's something I bought.
You know what's crazy is that on Whittier Boulevard and not Whittier Boulevard. Lambert and Kalima, there used to be like a video store there. Right next to there's like a bike shop right there. I think it's called Frank's Bikes or something like that.
Okay.
Right across the street from Scotty's.
Okay, I know where that is. Yeah, I know Scotty's.
That little shopping center across right there used to be a DVD rental.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that.
Okay, and it was during COVID. I think like around 2020 when like after like everything kind of got cleared and people were starting to go out, like that company was going out of business. I know it was like a mom and pop store or whatever.
Okay.
And I remember I went and I saw the sign going out of business, like, and movies were like super cheap. So I think I remember I went in there and I came out with like over 100 DVDs.
Wow.
I just was like, because it's such a good deal. I was just like,
Yeah.
they're going out of business, so they're gonna let these go for dirt cheap.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
bought a bunch of movies that I remember and I loved, and I was like, oh, that DVD, I'll take that, I'll take that, because I think they were doing like, I think it was like 20 for 10,
Mm-hmm.
something ridiculous like that. So I was like, and some of the ones I got were Blu-ray. So I was like, dang, like they're just letting shit fly. So I I bought like over 100 DVDs, and I didn't spend too much. You know what I
That's
mean?
cool.
And
But
I was
yeah,
like, damn, like that sucks that they're going out of business, because that, I mean, like
yeah.
digital streaming, buying things like that's killing like physical media now. Like
You
unless
know what would
you're,
be a crazier return is that if like the digital market field for like movies and stuff start doing that, not just like with Sony, but just in general, like digital like movies and stuff, and they do something scummy or whatever, and you see a resurgence of video stores reopening
oh
again
my
to get
god,
physical copies of movies.
bring back,
That would be so cool.
bring back Blockbuster. That's what they
Bring
need.
back Hollywood Video.
If they brought those back, I would be in there frequently.
Yeah.
And it should be like a video store slash video game store.
Mm-hmm.
Like I miss those. I miss being able to go in, look at a list of movies, or
Yeah.
just go through and be like, I don't know what I want to watch. Let me just walk around and see if I see something cool.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
It's kind of like how that Netflix does it, or it's just like, let me see what looks good to watch.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's just something nice about walking into a store and like deciding. Because like, when's the last time you went to like a Target or a Walmart?
Because here's the thing, because when you go into like one of those stores and stuff, it feels kind of weird to go in there and be like, oh, I don't know what I want, and then just leave, and you just spend like 30 minutes in there. Like it feels more weird, so then you're kind of like pressured in a way to find something. Where Netflix, you're in the comfort of your own home, so you could just be like scrolling for 30 minutes trying to find something, and then just be like, oh, I'll turn it off or something, or I don't want to watch anything.
Yes and no, but don't forget, like Netflix doesn't have everything.
Yeah.
So it's got a short list of certain things that are in there, yes, but like that's the beauty of having like a video store. Is like there is a multitude of like different videos that I could pick from. Like I'm not bound to just one like genre. Like I can look through everything. I know you could do the same thing with like Netflix and stuff, but I don't know. To me, there's just something more.
Yeah, more personal when it's like physical, and you're in a physical store.
Yeah, and I'm not obligated to buy anything. If I want to go in there and peruse and just be like, I don't know what I want to watch. Like, give me ideas of things I want to watch, and then like slowly kind of going up and down A, B, C, D, or whatever, or go by genre. Like, I mean, trust me, there's a lot of times when I want to watch like classic movies that are not on Netflix or any type of streaming service, and I'm just
you have to find like the most weirdest streaming service of like watching these old movies,
and then it's like you have to buy it because like if I can't find a movie on any streaming service, I'll usually check.
You just have to buy like a digital version of it.
I'll usually check Amazon first. I'll be like, you know what? Let's see if they have a digital. If they don't, I'll just buy the physical. But like, you know what I mean? Like things like that. Like if you have a movie store and like you have an archive of classics, like
that would be.
You want to spend the $5 to rent it for a couple of days and bring it back, or do you want to spend the $20 and own it forever?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some people may see it like as a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. I just think like
that would be cool though. Researching of video movie stores, that would be 100%. So cool.
It's the same thing of like I wish people would bring back like, and I thought it was gonna make a comeback during COVID, drive-in movie theaters. I feel like the experience with that is so much more
fun. And sometimes you get to watch like
a double feature. Yeah.
It depends on what they have, but most of the time you get to watch 2 movies for the price of 1 ticket.
Yeah, and it's like it's $20 per person.
Yeah,
however many heads are in the car, and you could bring your own food. Like that's such a big selling point for some people, because I know people. I'm guilty of it too. I'll take my own candies and stuff into the movie theater because I'm not paying $10 for a candy bar. Screw that. Like I know that's where they make their money at, but it's like, dude, like be reasonable.
Yeah,
because like the movie theater in Uptown, what do you like? I felt like their movie tickets are reasonably priced. Like if you go to a matinee or whatever, I think it's like $10 or $13, and then like a combo is like $15.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's reasonable. If my movie ticket's cheap, then like I don't mind spending the $15 on a combo.
But when your tickets are $20,
$25, $30, then I'm like, I'm just gonna wait.
I still want popcorn, and then it's like another $25. You're spending $50 for one person. You're spending $50.
That's why I thought for sure that drive-ins were gonna make a big comeback, and they didn't. Like they closed, which was surprising.
I think they still have a couple out and about that still work, like for drive-ins and stuff. Because I know I think they have one towards the Covina area.
But that one we used to have like 3 of them over here. We had like the Vineland, and then there was the Tiki one, but those are gone. Those closed right as COVID was kind of ending. Then they reopened up.
Mm-hmm.
because I know people were going there because
Yeah.
technically you were still in your own car. You were able to, and I was like, that's the workaround. I'm like, this is tight. And then like I don't know, I felt like that should have made like a huge resurgence, but it never did.
That would be cool. I really do want that. I think they still
Yeah.
have some drive-ins, and we were. It's funny because we were just talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
and me and my girlfriend were talking, and we're saying it's like, oh, I kind of want to go to drive-in because I think we were watching
Yeah.
something, and it was oh, we were watching Grease, and they had like the drive-in scene or whatever, and I was like, oh man, I miss the drive-in. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And just like get a nice little speaker, take your phone or whatever, just charge, and then
play your own.
Yeah,
dude, I remember when I used to go to the drive-ins. I would always, this is when Pizza Mania was still not burned down. Like I would go and get a large pizza from there with a cup of ranch. You know, go to the 99-cent store, get some drinks and some snacks, and like
go over there.
And I like how they had the option where they had the snack bar there. So like, if you wanted it, you can go get it. If you don't gotta
bring your own stuff. That's fine.
And I
think that's cool when they give you the options. Like you can bring your own stuff, but if you didn't want to bring anything, we got snacks available for you.
Which I think
it's not like no, you're locked into only getting snacks from us.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of a bummer that kind of the cool.
Bring back movie movie places for to be able to rent stuff or even just buy because they also had like a section where you can just buy movies as well.
True. Honestly, like
that would be really cool.
Some of the best places to buy like movies now, if you can't find them in stores like or online, is go to swap meet.
Oh yeah,
swap meets. There's a lot of stands and places that have like old physical media, which I think is great.
Yeah, definitely cool. So yeah, honestly, try to start supporting your physical. It's not like you have to get everything in physical from this point on.
But there's a timeline.
Like, there's a timeline. So if there's a game that you really like and you really want, or you've really enjoyed or had a good experience, I'd say just get a physical. Get a physical version. Don't get a digital. Yeah. If there's like more of those games, like a Call of Duty, I'm never gonna buy a physical version of that game. I'll just buy a digital.
You can take that away from me.
Yeah, you can take that away from me. I don't care. Like, fine.
But I think that people need to understand like what they're doing is really scary because if they could just reach into your library and take what they want from you, what's to say they don't start doing that to games that they lose licensing to? Like, hey, like I paid $60, $70 for this game, and you're just gonna take it from me?
Yep.
That's a huge problem, and I think people. And I said it from the beginning too, like not like about the companies taking their games and movies back, but it's like what happens when like if something happens where we lose, like I don't know, let's just say the internet. Let's just say like the headquarters gets bombed or something somewhere, and like or even just some sort of natural disaster, like something happens, like when we lose like the internet, like everything is gone.
Yeah,
everybody's TV stuff. Unless you have physical media, you will not be able to watch a single thing. That's people need to understand. That's scary.
Yeah,
because you know damn well people are spending hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars on digital stuff.
Yeah,
whether it's on Amazon, or
just in
general,
anywhere.
No, yeah, like
the digital front,
digital this, digital that.
Like too, like just like that's crazy. It is like even though I'm like I fall for that, but like cosmetics and stuff, all those digital cosmetics, you can lose those anytime.
Yeah.
For whatever reason,
it's like when any Call of Duty you put money into, like when the next one comes out, like you've basically given your money away by not carrying.
They don't carry any of that over, and it's like we don't want. We're not going to carry those skins over, and it's just like, well, I just spent all that money for those cosmetics
for nothing. I think Fortnite's the only one that got it right, where you hold on to your cosmetics forever.
Yeah,
and you could still use them.
Yeah, just when you think about it too, it's just like if it comes to a point and you have all these cosmetics, it's kind of just like, what are you gonna do with them? It's not like you could sell them or anything.
Some people will pay top dollar for your account though.
Yeah, but you really can't do. You gotta be careful when you do those things.
Yeah, you would have to change your password and email address for that. For sure.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Any games you're looking for that are coming out this year to next year, get a physical.
Unless it's a game that you just kind of don't care about, like it's an indie game, like then by all means, paid $40 for a digital down. That's fine. But if it's like a big time game that you're like super stoked about, or like is gonna be big, I would just get the physical. Yeah, save yourself the trouble because nobody can take away your physical copies.
Yep. Unless Sony execs are just gonna come to our door and be like, "Hey, we know you have a physical copy of the game. Yeah. Please give it back to us."
Yeah.
Like. That'd be wild.
And guess what? It's gonna come with some lead too. Yeah, that ain't happening. I think.
But yeah, honestly, yeah, I think that's the best thing we could do. I think that's the best time to like come together and like again for maybe Xbox to shine if a lot of these developers pull away and take in like these developers and be like, hey, come over here. to our platform, and we'll still give you physical media for your games.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sony just loses all their big like developers. Of course, they're not going to make they're not going to lose like their big ones like Santa Monica Studios, which is God of War, and like Naughty Dog, like those other studios.
But can you imagine though? But can you imagine if Sony straight up told those studios like, "Hey, you're no longer doing physicals; it's digital only." Like, what do you think those companies are going to do?
I don't know.
After seeing what's happened, but the PR for like when they announce that, like, it's only going to affect your company like more, like on a lesser side.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Yeah,
because can you imagine?
That would be crazy. Though.
Can you imagine if
let's say Naughty Dog pulls out, and then Xbox is like, "Come over here," and then Naughty Dog's an official Xbox.
Same thing with Santa Monica. Can you imagine if they gave them that ultimatum? They would just be like, "Well, screw it. We'll become an Xbox exclusive now."
Yeah, or just on their own.
Yeah.
I feel like some of these, I can't say every studio, but I feel like some of these studios are big enough to be able to
run their own show,
run their own stuff,
and they don't have to release it on PlayStation. They don't want to.
Yeah,
I mean, they could do exclusivity like that. I mean,
but also too, it depends on like their contracts as well.
Yeah,
so
I will say though, like even though I know it's like really big, like Steam, like I know all their games are digital, but like on their archive, I don't really think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Like, you know, I don't think like the owner of Steam is going to start revoking like the licensing to these games.
I don't know.
I mean, he could at any point if he.
Oh no, they did get scummy with the recent release for their consoles.
Yeah, big time,
charging, and then only charging $1,000 and be like, you only get 512 gigabytes of data for
which is nothing.
That's nothing.
That's like Fortnite and Call of Duty, and that's
it.
That's literally it. I think that needs to be a normal thing now. Is that like standard consoles now need to come with at least 1 terabyte. Standard. And if you want to get the upgraded ones, they should be releasing like 2 and 3 terabyte drives, and charge as much as you want for those because people will pay for it because it's like, you know.
But I think the beauty of, I guess, I could say somewhat of Steam is that there's still a lot of old games that you could still play on the Steam marketplace. Like there's like, I could say easiest example for me is like Fear. Fear's still on the marketplace. You can't get a physical copy of that game anymore, but Steam still has it. You could still buy it and still play it on the on your Steam account or whatever.
If you do find a physical copy, it's expensive. But I see, I like that though. They have a backwards compatible library, like it, from like old Gen 1 to all the way to current. Like if you're looking for a game, you'll find it there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's where they succeed.
Go on a retro journey and just go pick up all these old games from Steam.
Oh, dude,
so that's a cool thing. Yeah, so that's a cool thing about I would say Steam, because I don't think PlayStation, they mostly just have their newer stuff. I don't think you could go like that far back along the PlayStation.
No, I know,
to be able to like get their like old games because they were on PS1, they were on PS2, PS3. I think that's also the beauty of it with like Steam. It's always been one. It's been one client, you can say, where it's like everything is there. Where it's, I guess I could say it's like a little bit hard. I can't say it's harder, but maybe it is because I'm not a developer.
They have more sales.
But they're saying because they have a PlayStation 1, a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, so they have multiple iterations. So the library changes because hardware changes and all that stuff. But Steam, it stays the same.
Yeah. Not only that too, I feel like Steam has better sales when it comes to games than like any of these other consoles. I don't feel like Xbox or PlayStation really has any sales unless it's just like, I know they have like their summer sales things, but I feel like it's just a gimmick. You know, I feel like Steam actually has legit sales. Like, hey, like, I mean, you see them every day.
Like, they make my games that I put on my wish list go on sale every randomly at random times. Like
I think that's cool.
That's why I got some of my games on sale, because I was like, I'll wait for it to go on sale. I'll just put it on my wish list just so I don't forget about it. And then sure enough, a week later, it's like all the games that were in my wish list were literally on sale. I was like, what?
That's almost like it's selective advertising, you think? But I think that's cool though. Like if you say you want to favorite it, and then maybe you'll wait like a couple weeks or a month, and then it's like, hey, we're on sale, and it's like perfect. Now I'll get it because I didn't want to pay full price. I know some people could be cheap like that, or just maybe everybody hunts for the bargain because they don't want to pay full price. I don't know. I'm all for it. I'm the same way. Like if I can get it. The only thing is with newer games, I know it's gonna take like a year before something goes on discount, or if it does shitty, then it will go on sale right away.
That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be it would be funny too if like what they take away physical. What I feel like people are gonna be a lot more in the piracy thing, and they'll just try to get the game code and make their own discs. I mean, of course, that's like
super illegal.
Super illegal, but I feel like there's gonna be a market in there where people are just gonna be making like, hey, here's a physical copy, but it's not from Sony. It's it's under the table.
Somebody in their basement's already doing that.
Yeah.
Not that I know anybody that does that.
But yeah, honestly, and then also to like going back to like before we go move on with like the Steam, it's crazy. We were talking about it, but like with the Steam machine, I've already been hearing like negative things about it.
One person's already had a red ring of death situation,
and I think he only used it for like 20 minutes. I
Yeah.
think, and I think 20 minutes in, it ended up stopped working, and it's like
bricked
they
itself.
just paid $1,000 for it
Yeah.
to break after 20 minutes.
But I want to know what he was doing.
I don't know, what was he doing?
What did you
like? Was
do?
he trying to like? So that's where it comes into like I can't say it's Steam's fault. It could be
Yeah.
totally this person's fault because I don't know the story and stuff. But it's like, did he try testing how far the hardware could go
Yeah.
and was doing different little things just to test it out, and then it
Just bricked itself.
It bricked itself, or maybe it was a Steam thing. Who knows? I don't know the full story, but like I feel like either side could be like more likely. Like he was just testing the limits of the hardware. Or it could be on Steam's fault.
Or maybe he played it so much that it just burnt out, which I think is scary because you can't really. I know it happens. I know it happens where you play something for a certain amount of time and you don't turn it off. Like eventually, you're gonna melt the hardware.
Yeah. Or maybe he kept it on for 20 minutes, not playing anything, and just left it there, sitting there for 20 minutes without doing anything.
It raises a lot of red flags because it's like, okay, is it a hardware issue?
Yeah.
Did he plug it into something he wasn't supposed to plug it into? Like maybe it got too much juice and it fried itself.
Did he somehow get into the code?
Did you try to download something or upload something and it just ultimately shut the system down? Like, because if it's a hardware issue, he should be able to get either a refund or another console. Like, no questions asked, and I'm sure they'll look into it, like what he did or how it happened. But
if it's something he did himself, voids the warranty.
But I mean, hey, like it just got announced and it just came out. So how did that happen already?
Yeah.
Like,
so we don't know, but that was a very interesting
I'm
story
interested to find
happened.
out more about that.
Because imagine I was spending $1,000. I'm like, Steam machine, play it for 20 minutes, and then
the red bar of death is what it's called now.
I would be pissed. I'd be furious.
When you had a 360, did you ever get the red rings? It happened to me.
Maybe, but that was already in its like last. I think I already had a new console or something like that. I think because I didn't use it for a while. I think it did, but it took forever to get to the red rings. But I
remember when people were getting that, they had to send in their Xboxes to either get fixed or they send them a brand new one. I remember when that happened to me the first time, and I was like devastated. And that was just like when I was getting into Halo 3, so I was like, "This isn't gonna fix." I need to play Halo 3, but I remember YouTubing like how to fix Red Ring of Death like at home, and I remember I saw a video of a dude because you remember when we had that giant power brick.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he wrapped a towel around the power brick, and then he wrapped a towel around the Xbox, and he ran it until it overheated and it shut down. And then right after it immediately did that, you were supposed to unplug the power brick and the Xbox and put it in your freezer.
Huh.
And I don't know why, but it worked because I let it cool off in the freezer.
Wait, you actually did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just watching a video.
No, I did it because I was like, bullshit, there's no way that works. And sure enough, I put the brick in there and I put the Xbox in there. I think he said like leave it in there for 2 hours. As soon as I brought it out and plugged everything back in, the red rings disappeared.
What? That's
and I was
crazy.
like, there's no way. And after I had to do it a few times, and eventually it kind of solved itself. I don't know what the process is or why I was doing that, but after a while, and of me like overheating it, putting it in the freezer, overheating it, putting it in the freezer, when I got the red rings back, it just kind of went away.
Okay.
And then eventually I got rid of the 360 and I bought the newer updated one where it was the slim one, the black one with the chrome on top.
Yeah.
Then I went to that one, like they completely solved the problem for the 360. But I know for a fact when they released the 360s that I would say over like 250,000 of them were faulty. And Microsoft knew that, but they still released them anyways.
Damn, that's crazy.
I remember that there was a backlog of people trying to get new 360s in the process of that. And a lot of people didn't get a new one.
I think for me, I had the red rings of death, but I think I just had to change the hard drive.
I think that was the fix.
That was one of the fixes too.
They either said
there was the red ring. It didn't mean the same thing for every single situation. No. So they were like, try these different things. And I think the one I got the red ring, I just had to buy a new hard drive.
Yeah.
Because I guess it got corrupted or something, so I couldn't use it anymore. So I did lose out on progress and stuff, if I remember right. And then as soon as I got the new hard drive, put it in, worked fine.
Yeah. That was one thing I liked too. Is when we were able to take our hard drives off and plug them into another 360, and we
Oh
could
yeah. Oh, that was always
play off
fun.
the save data. Oh, that was so cool. Because I remember when I go over to my cousin Dakota's house, and he had a 360 too, and I had a certain save point on a certain game that we used to play. I can't remember what it was, but I would always bring it over, and we'd be like, "Dude, we could play it again." Like just slap it on there. I miss those days. I mean, I know I can go to like at your house and download my stuff for PlayStation onto
Yeah,
your
you could do that because
PlayStation.
they still do that. You could do the game share feature that they still have, which is kind of funny because now I think about it again is that because they're trying to take away physical copies. But I remember the whole thing when PS4 came out was like, this is how you share your game. You know,
Yeah,
it's two people, and it had like the physical copy because they were trying to take a shot at the people that were like
yeah.
doing that, and they're like, they gave it to the other person, and then they're like, that, and it's just so funny because that did not age like it's kind of like
Aged terribly.
it aged terribly because they're now doing the we're not doing any more physical clubs, but like literally back in the PS4 days, you were like, oh yeah, making a joke, share, you just got to give them your copy,
Yeah,
you get to play it, and now it's like, oh no, now you can't do that because
yeah.
everyone has to have the license or whatever.
I
But
think
I don't know. Here's a more scummier thing too because they're trying to take away the physicals. Physical versions of games. It's like, what if they end up taking away the feature, the share play feature, so then you can't share with people for their like
I'm honestly surprised
their
they
library.
haven't done that yet. It's been going on for since the PS3.
That would be even more sketch, and so I'd probably be like, all right, I think I'm no Sony after that because that would be a crazy feature to take out when you've had it for so long.
Yeah, the game sharing started PS4, I think, and it's been that long since they haven't made that change yet. And I'm kind of like, well, you've allowed this to happen for so long, but you're gonna take away physical media.
Yeah,
I'm like, that doesn't sound right to me. But okay,
who knows? Maybe they'll.
I don't know. People need to be afraid of.
I'm not trying to give them any ideas, but that could be a possible outcome where they just take away the share play feature.
You know what's crazy? Somebody over in Europe is suing Sony for making that statement, saying that like they're taking away the physical.
Oh,
I think it was like a $1.5 billion
lawsuit.
lawsuit.
I think that's the UK. I think
yeah,
is suing them.
Yeah, I think it was like a $1.5 billion lawsuit that they filed against them. I'm like, damn, that's.
I hope they win it.
Dude, honestly, yeah.
I really hope they win that.
People need to.
Well, no, I don't want. Not saying Sony to win. I hope the UK wins that.
Yeah, no, I know people need to be afraid because if they win that, then that means that like other companies may have that same idea. It's like, well, let's monopolize our own stuff that we have and charge up the yin yang for everything. Because ever since the Steam Machine stuff got announced, the console hikes as like a prime example of being greedy. These companies, like,
yeah. Well, they've always been like that. It's just it's more showing.
But it's worse, though.
You're seeing it more showing more now, but before they've been doing little things here and there.
You're raising the price on a console that's been out for a couple years. I don't think that's ideal.
I think it's already been like 5 years. This console's been on. You're raising the prices for that, but you already have plans for another console. It's like, what's the point?
And the same thing with the Xbox, like Project Helix.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute. You're gonna raise the price on these consoles.
Yeah. Again, Project Helix, or who knows, maybe next year, the year after that.
The only thing I can think of, maybe it's just their way of pricing themselves out of the old consoles and forcing you to buy the next gen. Because watch, the next gen consoles are going to be slightly more expensive than what they're costing.
And then people are so to buy PS5.
Yeah, like, why am I going to spend the price on that when I could just get the newer gen this? And I'm like,
interesting.
I guarantee you it's some stupid marketing scheme like that because everybody is going to be greedy because of how much the Steam Machine costs. But it's like, hey, well, you're not paying $1,000, but you're gonna pay $800 instead. We'll save you $200.
Yeah.
So there's I think that's stupid, but I think that it's gonna be the reasoning. It's like,
honestly, if Steam would have made their console more affordable, you would. I don't think you would have seen these price hikes for all the other consoles.
If it was under $1,000, I could say if the more expensive one, the 2 terabyte with the controller, was $1,000, I would understand that. But
because that controller is pretty nice, because I think it's the Steam controller you get with the system. I was like, that controller is really nice.
I think by itself the controller is like $150 or $200. But like if you're buying it in the package deal, the controller is only like $100 difference. So it's like you're kind of saving, but not really. You're still spending $1,000.
Yeah, honestly, that would be crazy. If Steam didn't have the prices for their Steam machine, I don't think you would have seen the price hikes for Xbox or PlayStation.
No, and that the timing is just too perfect. Of like, hey, like now the price hike for the consoles is going.
That's why I get more. Thought about like GTA. I feel like GTA 6 had a plan or ploy or a play to be able to get Sony to make that decision to be like, we're taking out physical media. And like it's just weird timing. Like all this stuff is happening at the same kind of time. It's just like what happened here? It set off a chain effect,
Of course,
a domino effect.
It is a big domino effect.
Yeah,
and I think that the excuse of like they want to save money on the production side of not having to make discs or like the game cases and stuff like that. It's like, okay, make a limited run of those, and once you run out of them, that's it. So you know what I mean? Then you could still save money by that, and then charge a little bit more for the physicals. Okay, the game is GTA. What's the base price game? 80 bucks. Just charge 90. If you want the physical, 90 bucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's an option.
I don't know if I agree with that.
But it's because some people want a physical. Because it's just like, hey, like at any given point, they could reach in there and take away your games just like they're doing your movies right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say, like, if they do that, they take away... I'm not saying they will, but let's just say they take away GTA from us. Because it's just digital. It's like, yoink, code's gone.
Yeah.
They can't do that.
Revoke your code!
They can't do that with the physical. So there's limitations.
Mm.
So I think
I could kind of see that, but just imagine having to pay $10 more for a physical copy.
And it becomes a collector's
But then the thing is, if they did that, I feel like it possibly wouldn't make them any money, because then people are like, well, then I'll just buy the digital version.
But that's your choice, though. Because you're going to get people like me that would rather have a physical because it can't be taken away. But then you're going to have the people who are just like, it's digital. Well, I'm going to save myself $10 and just do this.
I think it's like a gamble. Like
it is a gamble.
They can make the money. They can make their money back with people that actually want the physical and pay the extra $10. Yeah. But then also too could be like, well, I don't want to. I'm just gonna buy a digital version type of thing. So
the beauty
it could play out either way.
Yeah, and the beauty of owning something physical is I could resell it if I want to. You can't resell anything digital.
Yeah, I guess so. So you're paying $90, but then let's say it's the only physical copy. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's why I said a limited run. When you limit something to a run number, it becomes valuable.
Yeah, but then also at the same time, the reason why they wouldn't want to do that because people won't resell it. It's like they don't want people to be making money off of their product or whatever because they don't see any of that money. It's like let's say you spend $90 and then I resell it and I get like $200 back. They don't get to see any of that money, and they don't want people to do that because they're like, that they're making $200 off a game that we published.
But that's not their. That's up to the people.
Yeah,
it's like people who buy. It's like people who buy Pokemon
cards. That's how petty I feel like companies would get if that became the norm, or that's what people would do. It'd be like, oh, I'll just make $200 off of it.
I get it, but companies make limited runs of everything, and they still make a ton of money.
Yeah,
it's like Pokemon cards and things like that. Like they make a limited run of this, and most of those people that are scalpers.
I love Pokemon. I hate the hobby of Pokemon cards. People just ruin it for everyone. It's just ugh.
But I think that would be like a really good driving factor of like making a limited run, maybe only making 500,000 physical copies, and then everything else will be digital once it was run out. And I think that'll give like places who sell physical games like a good business, like places like GameStop, Target, Walmart.
And it becomes Pokemon. it becomes like a Pokemon thing because then people are gonna buy like 10 copies for the $90 and then reselling them for huge amounts of prices.
And it's up to those stores to put in place those like, hey, like it's one per person.
Yeah,
and have to be manned. Hey, you bought it. See the register. Show that guy a receipt. Here's your one. Deuce.
Adios. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand it when stores say like they can't stop, and I'm like, yes, they can. They
still want to.
They're already doing it by either slicing the packaging or having people buy it and go to the counter to go get it, pick it up.
Yeah.
I understand they don't want to put the manpower in to do it, but at the end of the day, you're still making a sale, so it is profitable.
Yeah.
But also, to be fair for everybody to get one, like you do have to do things that way.
Yeah.
To prevent people from scalping, I think that's the best scenario. Yeah. It's like.
And again, but at the same time, it's like a lot of these, like again, it comes down to like they don't have manpower, or also they don't want to deal with how crazy these people can get, so they just rather not try to enforce that. But then, yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't know. After hearing all that stuff that they announced, that's really scared me because it's like, now I think I should start buying more physical stuff again. I've been kind of laxed about it now, but I think that going forward for the next 2 years, I will probably be buying physical stuff.
All right,
until they discontinue it. I don't know. Maybe something will happen with Sony and they decide to not do that after all. But I think going forward, everybody needs to keep that in the back of their mind and realize like, hey, you should still buy them physical just in case somebody has a power trip. Because what's to say all these companies don't get together and do the same thing? But hey, like across all platforms, nothing physical no more.
Yeah.
And who, as consumers, what are we gonna do? We're gonna say no, you can't do that. They're gonna be like, yes, we can. We've all agreed as a group that no
Yeah,
more
but
can.
again, like our discussion earlier, it's like we have the power to say we also have the power to be like no, and if they do all that, and like let's say people get together and we just don't end up buying anything from them, then it's gonna lose money on they're gonna lose a crap ton of money in that case. But
Maybe.
then in the society I feel like we live in, you're still gonna have those people that
Yeah.
still give in
Yeah.
to all this.
And that's what I'm saying.
Chaos.
How long could we as a people hold out for as that to happen?
Yeah.
Not long, because people are going to demand this, demand that. People will buckle.
Yeah.
Because if everybody, if all the major companies gathered together and did that, there's nothing we could do. Because all they're going to say is, "Well, you're just not going to buy this or watch this no more." Like, yeah right. No, it won't happen.
Yeah.
People will follow suit and just have to be like, "Yes,
yeah,
got it."
Unfortunate, but again, because it's like again, it comes down to like we could easily say no and just not do it and give it, and then they're gonna change their minds super quick, like oh maybe this wasn't a good idea. But again, because of the society we're in, you're gonna have those people that just cave in and be like, oh well, we'll just do it. And it's like we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't just be like, oh, I'll just give in, screw it.
Unfortunately, we live in a society where everything is like right now.
Yeah,
we need it now. So like digital
instant
stuff
gratification.
Is instant gratification. Like honestly, I like buying stuff, physical stuff, like whether it's like on Amazon or any type of website and getting it delivered. Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about waiting for something that's. I don't mind like when I buy games off Amazon that are physical. I don't mind waiting a couple of days because then the excitement. Like, the excitement.
Got a day around it and be like, all right, get on the weekend. We'll plan a whole day. Game it up, get some chips, some drinks.
There's no gratification in getting it right then and there. It's kind of like, oh, cool, I got it.
Cool, all right. No,
like,
next thing.
Dude, like when we used to have to wait in line for midnight releases for any games and stuff like that.
Because we would have to start lining up around like 7.
Like, oh yeah, like
no, because they would have earlier events. Mm-hmm. Well, they would have like events before it, so I think they would start lining everyone up at 10. But people already be lined up like around 7 because that's when they usually, if I remember right, when I was working at games, I would like come in around that time, and then we'll start lining everyone up at 10. So it's like. You had to wait. Mm-hmm. If you came in at 7, you had to wait 6 hours? No, not 6 hours. No, 5 hours.
5 hours isn't bad.
I know, but 5 hours.
Yeah, but it was an event.
Yeah, it's like it was cool though. You got to the thing, and then when you finally got it, you're like, oh, I'm so excited. Instead of like getting it right there and then.
There's just something about being the first person to get a game and going to play it.
And then walking out, and then everyone's just like, yeah.
Yeah, to me that was awesome.
Like I just want a trophy or something.
Yeah, being the first to anything these days is awesome, but like games and movies and stuff now, it's kind of whatever. Like when a game drops, I remember when games used to drop, I would usually like to buy them at midnight or like the day after, like and be like, yeah, we're gonna play the shit out of this.
If you didn't get it in the morning, you just have to be like get through that whole day of school. And then be the first person to get out of school to go to the store.
Let's go, Dad.
Let's go right now. We need to go.
Yeah. Now it's like when a game drops, it's like I'll let a week or 2 go by and I'm like, all right, I'll go get it now.
Yeah. Or else it's digital, so I'm just like, I don't have to get it right now because I can just get it in 5 days because the digital version.
It kind of, I mean, like it saves you that trip of going to the store to go get it. I get that, but I don't know, like making that trip to go buy a movie or get a game physically is just. There's just something about it that's just kind of timeless to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was born in the wrong era, I believe. I feel like I should have been born in the 70s and grew up in the 80s and the 90s sometimes.
Ooh, yeah.
That's like my dad. Like
been able to enjoy all that.
Like my
parents, all the medias.
Like my parents. My dad was born in 70s.
Because they didn't start changing any of that stuff until, I think...
early 2000s.
No. Did they? No, like a movie, like the... No. Because in high school... Even all 2012, maybe like around, maybe 2012, a little bit after that, that's when they stopped doing those midnight launches.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing like,
I think
things we're slowly becoming more digitized.
I want to say after Gears of War 3 and Modern Warfare 3, like around that time is when like midnight releases kind of stopped, and I felt like digital stuff was kind of starting to take off.
I don't think I remember them doing anything special for Modern Warfare 3.
No, I just remember it was a midnight release, and that was
Modern Warfare 2. That was the event.
That was the event.
I love it. That was a great time. Modern Warfare 2 is probably still my favorite Call of Duty of all time.
Heck yeah, the original, not the stupid remake.
Not the reboot.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2.
Get your head out of the gutter.
But yeah, I think probably somewhere between the 2012s and a little bit before COVID. that's when everything started getting like losing its digitized, not doing as many cool events for these games, and just
because everything
kind of just started falling apart.
And I felt like
all those cool things I used to be excited for started falling apart around that time.
And I don't know, maybe around that time GameStop wasn't that hot anymore after that.
Yeah, it's still not that hot.
No, I know it's not.
But somehow it still stays open. It always surprises me how they've almost gotten bankrupt multiple times, and somehow they're still able to get through it all. They're still standing. They're slowly closing some more, but I still see, like, we still have our GameStop right here in Whittier, but they've closed down the one in Santa Fe Springs.
I missed
the one in the Whitwood. They closed both those down, but it's still there, and they still have stuff in there. They still have some of the malls still have the GameStop. So it's just like, how is this company still alive?
I think that them being in a rarity and scarcity makes them more valuable, because it's like, hey, there's not one on every corner like a Starbucks. Like, there's not one on every corner like there used to be. So it's like,
now we're more exciting when you find a GameStop now, maybe,
because it's like, hey, the GameStop we have at the Quad, like, that covers like a certain amount of distance, and it's like, hey, like, this is the GameStop for this district. So like, going from like maybe having 4 or 5 in one district to one, that kind of boosts the numbers for stores, because it's like, hey, my stores are limited, and now the quantity of people coming in is greater because there's only one store.
Oh, okay, yeah, but it's so crazy.
Yeah,
like, I love GameStop and stuff. It's just every time I hear a new story, there's like, they're losing money. Yeah. They're going bankrupt, and then next thing you know,
like when people were driving up the stocks on that, I was like, "What the hell is going
on?"
Then
they got saved out of that because everyone was putting stocks into GameStop for like $1 or something, like something super dirt cheap.
The people saved GameStop. And I remember they had to shut the market down because of how inflated it got with GameStop, and I'm like, whoa, like, this is the people doing this, like, and you're gonna shut it down because it's not working in your favor? Like, come on.
Because too many people are making too good investments, so they're like, we can't let that many people get investments and get their money worth.
I think that's bullshit, though. They stopped that. Another example of the people deciding on what should be popular and what shouldn't be.
Exactly. We have the power, but we just end up coming down to the we'll just give in, just be like, it's all right, we'll just do it.
Yeah,
I'll just accept their fate and just start buying, just be used to digital. It's like, nah, can't. Gotta start buying some physicals for the games that I love.
For real. Yeah, dude, I don't know. There's times I feel like when we talk, like, just talking about it now just makes me feel like born in the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny enough, like my dad born in 1975, my mom 1976. Like, I feel like the era they grew up in is the era I wish I would have grown up in, because, you know, like, at a young age, like, you know, the early, like the later 70s, like going into like the 80s, like I felt like the age of tech was like booming. Like, from 80 to like the end of the 90s was like an crazy leap in like tech.
Yeah.
And then,
of course, it's nowhere near where we have now.
But and then from 2000 to like 2010, like, that's when all the crazy stuff happened for tech. Like the first iPhone, the first like
iPod
Touch, like, you know what I mean? Like, things like that.
iPod Nano.
Yeah,
I miss my iPod Nano.
Instant messaging.
I used to have a little baby blue iPod Nano. I miss it.
Instant messaging on the iPhone that's secretly coded.
Skype.
I know. So sometimes I feel like I appreciate that, like, growing up like in the 90s into like the later like 2010s. Like, that was a really good age of tech. And I feel like we enjoyed a lot of cool stuff from then to then.
Well, it's like you still got to witness all that stuff. It's just the things that we grow up with, of course. But I feel like that's with anything, because I feel like if you were, let's say you were born in the 75, around that time, it's like, you get to see all this stuff booming and stuff. But let's say you get to the 2000, you're gonna feel the same way that we feel right now.
Of course.
It's like, whoa, look at all this different stuff. Look at this, doesn't exist anymore. This doesn't happen anymore.
All the time, dude.
I can't do that. Like, so I feel like it's gonna be the same kind of experience that we're having now.
Oh yeah.
Even if you were born
just slightly
in the
older.
70s.
Slightly older.
But I guess at that point you're able to appreciate more stuff because you got to see it start from where the ground up, where like it was not as advanced, and then you got to slowly see it build up to like where we're at now.
I feel like the time we've grown up in, I feel like
it was already like
everything
was already established.
Yeah, and everything's transformed so quickly in our like time, which I think is crazy to think about how we went from like simple iPod, like classic iPods, iPod Nanos, and iPod Touch to like what we're at now. Like
Yeah.
the phone that's
The phone is my
the
iPod
phone
Touch.
that's a supercomputer.
Yeah.
Like that's so crazy to think.
So yeah, I feel like if you're 75, you just get to enjoy. You get to see it. You get to grow up with it.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate what I
But I
have.
guess yeah, like we're at now, just the shift kind of happened super quick.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think
each
like
generation kind of we got into the next one pretty quick, and we've seen it change a lot more quicker.
Oh yeah, I
than
would
if you were
say
born during that time.
in the past like 20 years of tech that we've experienced, like I felt like it's kind of been a damper on us as people though. Less people are outside doing stuff and more people are at home doing stuff indoors.
Yeah. Or also too, like perfect example, I think I forget where we're at. Oh, I think we were like it's like a couple days ago we were at just doing a car wash. We're doing some errands, and your girlfriend, yeah, we're doing a car wash, and we were kind of just sitting on the bench. I don't think we were on our phones. We were just talking to each other, and like literally all the people that were there, like waiting for their cars, were like all on their phones. And she kind of pointed out, she's like, "Oh, it's kind of funny. Like literally everyone right here is like on their phones."
Yeah.
And I look and I was like, "Oh yeah." And I don't see on my I enjoy my phone, but I wasn't on my phone that time because I was just hanging out and talking, and I was just like, "Whoa!" Actually, that's kind of trippy when you think about it and you see that.
It's everywhere. Like socializing is kind of like not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get though, because with all the crazy things that have been happening lately, like talking to random people like could either be really not beneficial to your health anymore, just based off of So I get why
people be wild nowadays. So it's like it's kind of like you kind of want to stay in your little bubble, not because you don't want to socialize people. It's just the world's gotten a little bit more scarier. I feel like for people,
and people may take that as you being a dickhead or a douche, but it's like, hey, dude, like I'm just protecting my peace.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep to myself.
But
I just want
that may offend some people and they'll take it the wrong way, and then you end up on the floor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's a 50-50 chance you take with talking to anybody.
Yeah,
which is kind of whack.
Yeah, so it's like you definitely see that, and you're just like, damn, that's crazy. But at the same time, you think about like where we're at now. It's just like, I can kind of understand it. Like, I can understand why they would be just to themselves, not socializing and just wait until they get home.
Yeah, because
or just socializing with the person that they came with.
If I don't have to socialize, I won't. Yeah. Not because I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I like talking to people and stuff like that. But just the way things are going out there, it's kind of just like I'd rather not.
But yeah, that's pretty much a little trip down memory lane, but also just talking about like the status of like everything and how the shift is gonna be, how it just feels like everything shifted for the gaming industry for the worst in just a small amount of time. I feel,
dude, for real.
Because like literally, as everything that we're talking about kind of just all happened like instantaneously, like month after month, and
just think about it. 20 years is not much. That's a short time. In the
but I mean, just in the small news that we covered right now, with like the shift with the Steam machine coming out, being expensive, being stupid overpriced, not coming with the controller, going into the price hike for like Grand Theft Auto 6, PlayStation saying we don't want to do physical copies anymore, the price hikes for the consoles. That all happened in just a couple months.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of killing gaming culture right now.
Yeah,
I'm excited for everything to come out, but I'm also not excited to pay for everything either.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, damn, like you couldn't have promised me some greater titles beforehand. Like now I have to pay out the ass for that, which sucks.
But I feel like that's a good way to close it. I think what we're gonna do here, we're gonna cut it right here, like around this time. So, and then we're gonna do like super like 2 movie reviews, and I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna try this. So we're gonna have our main topic that we just talked about right now, and then we're gonna cut, take a pause, try to gather our thoughts, and then we're gonna actually try doing our movie reviews, but as separate like episodes, and just see how people like it. Because I feel like if to the point that we've talked to now, I feel like if we talk to movies, I feel like the video's gonna drag too long. So I feel like because we had a good amount of thoughts, I feel like it was a good conversation. What are your thoughts about all this stuff that's like happening with just the gaming industry in just a small amount of time? And and then just being able to watch this one, and then if you want to watch our movie reviews, it will be in 2 separate like episodes, so it's not just super long. Because I feel like the last one was like 2 hours long, which wasn't too bad, but I feel like it brought up to my attention that like when someone sees 2 hours, it's like, damn, I'm watching a whole movie of people just talking or something like that. So like that might entice people. So maybe if we try this, maybe there might be a shift of how people receive our videos and stuff. Or we get in technically you have like 3 different things to watch. You get to watch our main topic and then 2 different other segments for just movies instead of it all being cluttered into one. But yeah, I hope everyone I hope everyone had a good 4th of July. Let us know down in the comments what are your thoughts about this, like I said earlier, about the gaming industry right now, the state of it. Are you more of a digital person or physical? And because of this, are you going to start trying to buy more physicals, or are you kind of just like, I'll just stick with the digitals. I've already been doing it for years.
Or you don't care about your stuff, whatever you feel.
But yeah, you're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy with it. I feel like that's the philosophy of companies nowadays. The
new slogan.
Yeah, that's a slogan for just...
Yeah, you'll get nothing in life.
For just big companies now. But yeah. So we're going to take a pause here. And then, so this is the end right here. And then you will see the other 2 episodes separate for each movie review. So we can talk about that and just focus on those particular topics. So yeah. And then also too, let us know in the comments too if you're going to like the way that we did this. If you want to let us know in this comment or the 2 other videos, that would be cool. And then also too, like our links will be up here as always. We've been Jordan Harman right here has been kind of keeping it up with posting stuff on there. So we have a couple more clips on there. I think my favorite one so far was probably like the Darth Vader one, just like him farming and that whole scene. And it's funny because I watched that video, and sure enough, I was getting a bunch of videos of just people talking about like Darth Vader and like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And I was like, man, I kind of want to play it because I played it for like maybe 30 minutes.
It's a good series.
And I kind of just stopped playing it because I was playing something else. So then because I saw those videos, I was like, oh, I kind of want to play it because I don't really know the story too much of Jedi Fallen, only the couple scenes here and there. And then, of course, they have Survivor, which I heard was pretty good too. And then they're going to do a 3rd one. I can't wait. So it's definitely cool to see what the shift is for the story is going to be. So, yeah. So we have some more clips on there. Which would you think it was your favorite clip that you posted on our social medias?
Oh, probably the Raka one. That's my.
That was such a trip on memory lane.
I had so much fun going back and looking at all those videos. I'm like, wow. I used to watch this shit religiously.
And now, like again, we've talked about it in the past when we were talking about our just the obsession, how these influencers or people that start off YouTube or start off TikTok becoming big time directors and Raka Brothers watching their old stuff and then realizing where they're at now with like their 2 like successful movies.
I didn't realize how many views those videos actually had till like when I went down looking for cutting up certain videos and I was like, that was funny. Like dang, these guys had millions of views like 12, 16 years ago.
But yeah, also too, just so let us know. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. I just had the thought in my head and I just lost it. But yeah, it's definitely cool to be so much closer to episode 20. And yeah, also that's what I was gonna say. So like our social medias, if you go on there, feel free to let us know down in the comments which one's your favorite clip. Kind of those are 2 of our favorite clips. Maybe you agree with us, like, oh, those were pretty fun, or maybe you'll see another clip. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you were checking out our social medias. Come back into this video and just let us know like which clips you liked, and and it'd be kind of cool to see which videos people are liking. So that's gonna be it for this part. It's a SGI podcast.
We'll see you in the next
silent,
episode.
stay lethal, and we're gonna see you in the next one. We go into our movie reviews. But